Hello friends, welcome to this next video lecture on influence line diagrams for bridge trusses. Now in last video we have seen how to draw the influence line diagram for a given Pratt truss for reactions and for forces in top chord members. Now in this particular video we will be going to discuss how to draw the influence line diagrams for bottom chord members. Now here in this given Pratt truss, we can see here member L1 L2, member L2 L3, L3 L4, L4 L5, L5 L6 and L6 L7. These are the bottom chord members of this given truss. Now before drawing the influence line diagram for forces in bottom chord members, first let us revise how to draw the influence line diagram for top chord members. Now as we discussed that to draw the influence line diagram for top chord members, suppose if I am taking a member U2 U3. Now this is one top chord member. To draw the influence line diagram for PU2 U3, we just need to observe its opposite joint, means the joint subtended by these two members, that is U2 L3 and U3 L3. So the joint subtended by these two members, which members are starting from joint U2 and joint U3. So here we just need to observe its opposite joint. Now while drawing the influence line diagram for PU2 U3, we have to just draw the triangle like we draw for bending moment at any section. Now in this case, when we are drawing this triangle, we need to keep its maximum ordinate at this joint L3, which is opposite to this member U2 U3. So here in this case we have to select that joint where the respective influence line diagram will have maximum ordinate. So here at this particular point, that is point L3, the given diagram will be having a maximum ordinate. So here in this case, once we locate the position of the maximum ordinate, we have to find the magnitude of this ordinate. Now how to find the magnitude of this ordinate? It is just like we have seen that PU2 U3 varies according to the bending moment at L3, and here we use this formula to draw the influence line diagram for bending moment at a section, which is equal to AB by L upon H as it is. Now here in this case, A will be equal to 2L, that is length of these two panels, and B will be equal to length of these four panels, that is equal to 4L. So here 2L into 4L divided by 6L upon H. So finally we'll be getting PU2 U3 as 4L upon 3H, which is compressive in nature. So only thing here we need to remember is that select the member which in top chord members, and here select its opposite joint. At that particular joint, locate the point of maximum ordinate, and to find this ordinate, use just this formula AB by L upon H. You will be getting the magnitude of this ordinate. Similarly for member U1 U2, if we see its opposite joint is L2, so at this position of L2 will be having maximum ordinate. So here the maximum ordinate we can locate it at a joint L2, and to find its magnitude again we can use the same formula, that is AB by L upon H. We'll be getting here 5L upon 6H, where A will be equal to length of this first panel and B will be equal to length of this remaining 5 panels. So similarly you can draw the influence line diagram for PU2 U3, PU1 U2, PU3 U4. Now if we observe all these members, that is U1 U2, U2 U3 and U3 U4, when unit load moves from L1 to L7, all these members are carrying compressive forces. So all these members are under compression. Similarly, if we go to the next three members, that is U4, U5, U5, U6, U6, U7, just by the symmetry of the truss, we can just draw we can continue this influence line diagrams, and also you can observe all these again three members are compressive in nature. Now if you observe all these 6 diagrams where we have shown the influence line diagrams are on upward side, means we are considering the compression side on upward side. Suppose if we have any member which is in tension, then we need to show the influence line diagram on bottom side of this horizontal line. Now let us see how we can draw the influence line diagram for bottom chord members. Now here again in this given truss, if we see L1, L2, L2, L3, L3, L4, L4, L5, L5, L6 and L6, L7. These are the bottom chord members. Same logic we have to apply here, which we have used for top chord members. Now first, for example, if I take member L1, L2. Now if I take member L1, L2, its opposite joint is U1, means the joint subtended by these two chords or two members, that is L1 U1 and L2 U1. So here we need to select this joint. After selecting this joint, we need to decide what is distance A and what is distance B. Now in this case, distance B is nothing but the length of these 6 panels and distance A is nothing, means it is 0 in this case. So by the logic, the maximum ordinate for P L1 L2 must be occurring at U1. But if you see its magnitude now, here A is equal to 0 in this case and B is equal to 6L in this case. Therefore, the member force PL1 L2 becomes 0 in this case. So here we can say that when unit load moves from L1 to L7, at every position of unit load, everywhere you can find PL1 L2 will be equal to 0. Also you can observe in this particular truss, at this particular joint, you can observe here the force in member L1 L2 is 0 because it is a 0 force member. So here to draw the influence line diagram for PL1 L2, we get simple a straight line, that is a horizontal straight line. Now let us go to the next member, that is L2 L3. Now to draw the influence line diagram for L2 L3, again you observe its opposite joint, that is U2. So one thing is confirmed, that to draw the influence line diagram for PL2 L3, maximum ordinate must be occurring at position of U2. So here somewhere here maximum ordinate will be occurred for PL2 L3, and let us see how to find its magnitude. Now to find its magnitude, again we have to consider this particular joint U2, which is opposite to this L2 L3. Here now from this joint you can see this distance is A in this case. So here A is nothing but length of one panel, that is small l, and B in this case is length of these 5 remaining panels, so that is phi L. So in the formula you can see here A is equal to L and B is equal to 5L. You will be getting the ordinate of this influence line diagram, which is a maximum ordinate, and that is equal to 5L upon 6H. Now if you see this diagram, now we have shown it on downward side of this line. Now why we have shown it as a downward? Because this force will be under in tension. It is just like the concept of a simply supported beam. When it is subjected to sagging bending, all the fibers which are above the neutral axis will be under compression, and all the fibers which are below the neutral axis, they will be under tension. So same thing for this truss. When this truss is subjected to some downward loading in vertically downward direction, when this truss tends to bend, in that case all the top chord members will be under compression and all the bottom chord members will be under tension. So all these bottom chord members will be carrying tensile force for every position of this unit load. So here we have shown this diagram on downward side. So we'll be keeping the same thing. Tensile diagrams will keep it on downward side. Compressive will be taking on upward side. Okay, so in this way we can draw the influence line diagram for L2 L3. Similarly for L3 L4, now if we see now L3 L4, see its opposite joint, that is U3. So maximum ordinate for PL3 L4 influence line diagram will be at U3. So here somewhere here on this line we will be getting the maximum ordinate for PL3 L4, and to find its magnitude, again we need to take AB by L upon H. So for L3 L4, this is the opposite joint, that is U3. So here distance A will be nothing but distance U1 U3, that is length of these two panels, that is twice L, and here distance B will be length of these remaining 4 panels, that is equal to 4 into L. So here 2L into 4L divided by 6L. So here you will be getting the value of the maximum ordinate for PL3L4, that is 4L upon 3H. Again it should be in tension. So here you can see this is the influence line diagram for PL3L4. For L3L4, see its opposite joint, that is U3. So exactly at joint U3 will be having a maximum ordinate for this given influence line diagram, and its magnitude we can find it by AB by L upon H. So you will be getting here it is as 4L upon 3H. So in this way we can draw the influence line diagram for these bottom chord members. Now again, by observing the symmetry of this truss, we can find that whatever three diagrams we have drawn, these diagrams will be the mirror view for the remaining members like L4, L5, L5, L6 and L6, L7. In the same way, if we verify the influence line diagram for remaining three bottom chord members, we can find here we are getting the same diagrams, only these are the mirror views of last three diagrams. So here finally we can see here, this is the influence line diagram for PL4, L5, this is PL5, L6 and PL6, L7. So in general, if we want to remember how to draw the influence line diagram for bottom chord members, keep in one mind that all bottom chord members will be under intention, and to draw the influence line diagram, just we need to observe their opposite joints. At opposite joints, maximum ordinate will be occurring, and to find their magnitudes, we need to use the formula of influence line diagram for bending moment, that is AB by L upon H. So in the same way, we can draw all these influence line diagram for bottom chord members for any truss. Thank you.